or make you laugh, make you cry like Ain't Life Funny. Ugh. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
You just
it's exactly that.
Okay, so everyone listen to or watch Snowfall on FX, apparently. It's a burner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Can't even give no spoilers. Can't even give no spoilers.
I mean, how many seasons are they into that show now?
They're on the fourth one now, but like every season, hot, bro.
God
like
damn.
Every
season. I miss
fire,
this
bro.
show. It's like everything I want: crack, conspiracy, drug, drug running, all that.
Oh, you tripping, bro? Like, yeah, you ain't been watching that. I watched the
first
like season
of the day. Spring baking championship, getting locked into that. Little did I know I could be watching that crack championship, the show.
Man, honestly though, man, I think I'm about to stop watching TV altogether, bro. I'm getting scared, man. They I don't know. I think they really trying to program my mind to, I don't know, man, do some crazy shit or something, man. Cause just like I feel like if you start absorbing what's really going on TV and like looking at the messages for like just plain as day messages, you'll be like, man, this shit really is kind of fucked up. Cause like, what was I watching, man? I was watching this show, like one of them little Netflix shows. It was Paradise PD. And like at the end of the show, like all the characters like get into some craziness and shit and like get away with it though, right? And then the guy, like, it's like this guy that they killed, his ghost comes back and he said, well, I hope y'all had a good time because I ain't learned a damn thing. And he just walked off. And like all that kind of clicked in my mind when I heard him say that, because I was like, man, I'll be watching TV shows. I don't be learning shit, man. It's like I didn't pick up nothing from that. Like that was just entertaining, you know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, that's why I watch cooking shows, because even if you don't learn a recipe, you can at least, if you're watching it, you can learn something. You know how to saute some shit if you watch Chopped. You know what I mean? Like you get a list.
Speaking of cooking shows,
you watch 1,000 hours of Food Network, you'll become like me, where you can actually like, you know what a term is, and you can cook some.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
At least sound like you know what you're talking about. I feel
now, if you're watching MTV and like Floribama Shore and that kind of horseshit, you're drooling and breathing out of your mouth and shitting. Basically.
Well, that's what's scary, because like, what if you're watching something that's even more so not educational at all, like watching that reality TV show stuff? Like you definitely ain't learning nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for that these people are crazy, but
you didn't learn anything from Little Women of Atlanta. I know you did.
And I learned that big things come in small packages. Like, unfortunately, just say some old cheesy.
You learned what a juice trap was, Aaron. You learned what a certified juice trap.
Oh gosh, y'all still need.
When a woman that's 1/4 the size of someone else could get that other person to get so mad that they throw chicken wings on you. I mean,
question her again. I can question her anytime I want to. I can ask her anything. Are you for real? Are you for real? Question her.
Juice trap.
I mean, let's just read the reality TV show game in general, man. Like, I feel like that's like you're in any room, any like writing room, because like people don't realize like reality TV shows have writers.
They're
you know
scripted.
What I'm saying? So like, right. So like somebody sitting in that room being like, so when we have Miss Juicyyyy and one of the twins at dinner, last season she threw a drink on her, so we can't just have them throw drinks. I mean, well, I don't know, like maybe we could get like a bread basket or like a soup bowl, maybe. Like soup will kill Miss Juicyyyy, she'll die. Like, well, okay, not soup, but like chicken wings. Chicken. This is slightly racist. I like that as well. Got a little bit element of that
like
to it.
Racist undertones also. Okay,
what?
We have a full-grown woman do it though, please. Not only just full-grown, can she be massively overweight?
You feel me though? Like that conversation happened.
That show literally was so fucked up because they brought remember when they had Miss Juicyyyy, right? And then she was there's one that died. I believe her name was Miss Minnie, the one that was like believe that she fucked Pastor Troy or something. But anyway, they were in a conflict. That Miss Juicyyyy had made this woman's life a misery to the point where her mother threw chicken wings on her. Then they bring in an even more haggard, small woman that looks like the Crypt Keeper's little mini-me who can't even speak. All she's like, she just like,
Hey, don't make a right. I gotta carry the home. Right, your ass is stealing money. My motherfucking ass is home.
like that's all she could say.
Because the show must go on, man.
I
That's what you have to
mean,
realize,
dude.
bro. The show must go on, dog.
I mean,
we're all playing a
used to
role.
remember when reality TV was like Real World, and it was basically get people in a room, get them drunk, and what happens happens. Now it's not even that; it's planned, and they don't give a fuck about morals because they're like, oh hey, there's a 9,000-pound woman who can't get out, who's so fat her forehead's distended with fat. Let's do a show about her ignorant ass and their shit. Like, come on.
Well, in all fairness, Little Women of Atlanta is kind of like the bottom barrel of the reality TV show bucket because, like, it's already fucked up to be kind of ridiculing these small people. Yes, it is, bro. Like, you can't, like, dog. There's not a place where a small person goes and they aren't ridiculed in that same way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's going to see them and be like, oh, damn, look at that little motherfucker. So, like, that's all that show is, except then they try to act like the Housewives of Atlanta, where, yeah, it's all scripted. So it's like, hey, let's get, like, this is really fucked up, too, because, like, when it comes to little people, there's different, like, classifications. So, like, you can be, like, a little person, but, like, a big little person, and you could be, like, a little person and, like, a little person. So, like, they'll let Miss Juicy just box up a little chick, man, and it's like, yo, dog, you can't have that big little woman beating up that little woman like that.
Yeah.
This is fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Because like
all that was like the producers were like, we're losing a lot of money on all the alcohol we have to make these people drink. How do we fix that? And somebody's like, what if we get little people? They can only drink half of what a normal person.
Oh god. You know what? That probably is exactly what that was, bro. Some mastermind accountant was like, I got it.
It's the only variable that we can do to remove costs and still have it be insane.
Guys. I mean, you're probably
you
right.
Want to feed little kids liquor, which I don't think we're legally allowed to yet.
How much liquor did they drink in the Real World versus Road Rules challenge? That had to be at least $3,000 worth of alcohol.
Aaron, you want to hear something shocking about that show specifically? It's still going on. The people, it's so pathetic. I saw a commercial. It's like 50-year-old fucking people just trying to they're so broke, they're still trying to win money.
Bro, it's not even that it's going on. It's 30 years from now. But get what they did. It's a Paramount product because it's like MTV is part of Viacom and shit.
Yeah.
So they took all the other Viacom reality TV shows and put those people with it. So it's them, and then it's them versus the Big Brother people versus like Paradise Island or whatever the fuck the shows are. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other shows come to that show. Yeah, they come. Well, it ain't Flavor of Love, but that would be awesome if fucking Flavor Flav just came out and fucking. I would actually love that.
Day one, that like, one chick comes and shits herself, and they're like, damn, she shit herself again.
Can I just say something too? That show, either one of two things is going on, and I can't figure it out, so I can't call them out on it just yet. But I do want to say that there is a conspiracy with all those challenges, is that whoever is picking the cast, they don't want no black person to win that money.
No,
because like every season they find the black people that cannot swim. It's like, why are you putting these people on this show, dog? Like, I understand, like, a lot, maybe there's a larger number of black people that can't swim, and I'm not one of them, so I don't know. I grew up with a whole bunch of black people that could swim. You know what I'm saying? Most of my friends could all swim. Everybody I knew could swim for the most part, even though I do know people that can't swim as well. But, like, if you're going to go on a reality TV show in which involves swimming in the ocean, and you're trying to win money, you're not going to win if you can't swim, bro. Like, that's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, so why are you, like, I just don't get it, man. And it's like, and then some of them been on the show for, like I said, multiple seasons, and they haven't learned to swim in that amount of time. It's like, don't you want to win? Like,
I don't want to see
like, I can't figure it out.
Challenge. It's like, these people
I like that part.
At the end of their like alcohol addictions, they're still alcoholics from all the abuse that they did to their body during whatever show that they're on. At this point,
that's awesome.
It's more that they've done the challenge show than whatever the original show was that they were on. So,
bro, I think all that's great. I think all that's great. I actually like seeing shitty athletes. That's why I like playing golf. I like seeing people that aren't good at stuff try to be good at stuff. So, like, to me, I find that funny, especially when it, like you said, it's people that I remember being like a young buck So like
Yeah,
the
I
guy CT or whatever is now, like you said, just like 45. And like it's funny because I saw one episode where he's trying to get one of the chicks on there that's old too to work out with him. He's like, "Come on, man, we gotta stand shakes. We can win these challenges. Come on!" Like, you don't want to win. He's here to play around. And she was like, "I want to win." And he's like saying to her, "Work out." I was looking to see like she should have just looked at him and looked at his gut like, "Hey, fam, you want me to work out? Like, look at you, dog. Like that motherfucker literally is like 50 pounds over. He's had a solid 6-pack, dog. Like that dude was like
you
a monster.
You had to be on those shows because they were
right.
like, we're gonna get you drunk. And really, back in the day, the pool was like, which one of these people are gonna fuck?
Right, exactly.
That was all you were waiting to see. So I can't believe that. One, there's people that are still going through that as if it's like a career.
Bro, that's some of them only do that for a job, dog. But I mean, if you get a chance every year, once a year to win $1 million, though, like I'd be mentally ready, bro. I would be ready though. Like them motherfuckers don't understand. It's like I would be running with fucking suitcases on my back. Like I'm winning this goddamn money.
I'd come in roided the fuck out. Like,
yeah, dog. All that.
Fucking test. Just
all that.
In the morning. Like Matt works out a whole lot. It's like,
bro,
there's all these weird vials of liquid in the fridge too.
I'd be sitting in there. I'd be drinking breast milk right in their face, bro. Yeah, like fresh out the kitty. Like
just comes in and gives you a fucking like some sort of IV. They're like, what's that? It's like, oh, these are just human growth hormone and a little cell therapy. You know.
Yeah, I gotta stay young, guys. Trying to win this challenge, especially if I already won. If you already got $1 million check, bro, I come back the next season ready to double up on their ass. I'd be like, look, man, I'm just trying to tell y'all something. My kids got to go to college, bro. It's like all this swole got to be for something. Like, shit, fuck it. So I ain't mad at them for trying to win the money.
You know, remember Chris Benoit? That shit's about to happen, but I'm about to be $1 million richer, you fuck.
Hey, man. I ain't mad at none of them for trying to win the money. I just, like I said, I just could tell that MTV ain't trying to let no black person win because, like, they ain't never getting no black person that can really do the shit. It's like, dog, they will get five black people on the show, can't not even one of them swim, bro. It's like, come on, man.
I feel like, honestly, black people started to get kind of hip to the fact that there's that Dave Chappelle skit on Chappelle Show that kind of like made fun of this, where it would be one black person in a house full of white people. And it's just like, of course they're going to be crazy because they're surrounded by all these fucking tools. So I feel like at some point they got like right after, what was that guy's name? Tech? Remember Tech?
Yeah.
Like that guy who told, like, he was like right on the edge of just being like cool and stuff. But there's like, after that, I feel like everybody's like, unless you're like a hippie weirdo like Tech.
I think that they just had that scripted.
Wait till they make a one for black people and just chill because this is not a good look.
Well, I think that it's just scripted into the show. Like that's an episode where they're going to be like, and then we're going to have the racial explosion episode where,
dude, I guarantee you. That's like on the board someplace. Like, we need the black guy to go off. Okay. This is kind of boring. Let's do episode 5. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because like if you notice though,
now,
just in the way that they even shooting any of those shows, like if you saw like Louisiana had the guy David, like you said, the one with Tech. There was another one where there was a black dude, but he was also a gay dude too. But like in all of them though, like if you notice in those seasons, the black person is always kind of pushed to the side because they follow the first storylines of, oh, these young people are hooking up. You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna fuck first? So then they do that. And like I said, then when the fucking gets kind of stale. Like they go away just for a minute, and then you'd be like, "Oh man, what's the black guy been doing all this time?" And then, like you said, it's like, "Oh, he's been having a hard time. He's been having troubles." Like, "Oh shit, he doesn't really like it here. I wonder why."
David in a room by himself on a keyboard going, "Babu dwee, babu dwee."
Bro, that's just not on.
And we're like, bro, we can't feature you on this show. This shit's too fucking wild, bro. Like this is too much.
To me though, but that just shows you like, that shit was all structured. Like Dave Chappelle, man, that dude was fucking wise, man. People don't understand. He was opening our eyes when we were younger. Because you know what's funny about watching that show now is if you listen to the laughs, because that's like a real like laugh track, but like those are the people that are really there laughing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of the skits when they watch it, they don't even laugh like now when you watch it because they're like legendary skits. If you listen to the laughter in like the Prince one, they don't even laugh at some of the best jokes. Like they're like kind of scared because they don't even know what to think. Because it's like it was so groundbreaking at that time. People were like, we've never seen anybody not just do this, but in this way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he had wild fucking skits too, dude. There were some skits that he would do where it was just like that one where it was the N-bomb family, where it's like, how the fuck did you get this passed?
The black white supremacist dude?
Yeah, dude, that was episode 1. That was the first episode.
Fuck the world. Like, the people should have realized from then on, like, this shit about to be something different, dog. Because, like, that skit in itself is genius, honestly. Like, for America and the times it was in, like, that shit was actually, like, the perfect thing to show. But then, like you said, then they did that one with the nigger family. Like, bro, that shit... People don't understand, dog. Like the power of what he was really doing.
Killing me inside.
Exactly, dog. They don't understand what he was really doing, man. Like that shit was.
I know he influenced you and me because that's all we vibed about when we were in film school. And I mean, really, professionally, that's what we tried to aspire to do, was do like great sketch comedy. That's what I love doing.
I mean, yeah, man. That's kind of what my real ultimate goal was, to be like, how can I make the Chappelle Show again? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you know, but I wouldn't tackle the same topics that he is, obviously, because heavy is the head that wears the crown, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. I understand why he walked away from it too. You know what I mean? Like I don't never doubt nobody for doing what they do. You know what I mean? Like I understand it, bro.
It made him. It's like it paid off.
Full circle.
You have to be confident, and obviously he was, and know that it might take a decade, but in a decade you're going to be the king of everything.
Well, also, I think, because like I was just talking to my friend about this, like when you stand up for what's right on the side of, you know, doing the morally right thing, even though it might be in your detriment, like you said, like it might burn at first, but that shit pays off in the long run in dividends, bro. Because you only live one life, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine
confident in yourself, because you just got to withstand that like wave of, oh, this dude's crazy as fuck. This guy gave up this check. Why would he do this? This guy, all that criticism he got, which I remember. But I think really the reason that like I never really criticized him. It just was like suck that show ended so abruptly, because it was so good. You just wanted more of it.
Right.
But I got it. And I mean, like I said,
to me,
now it looks like the biggest genius move of all time, because now he's like he's not even just a great comedian and like somebody with a great show. He's elevated himself to something else.
He's the new Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? Like even more so.
He's just like the philosopher of the United States, basically.
Yeah. I mean, Richard Pryor used to do the same thing. He would go on talk shows and, you know, be putting light to people, but then he just started, you know, smoking that dope and shit kind of fucked him up. But like, think about this though. Like you were talking about the choice he made. Think about the flip side. If he had stayed and did the money, right? Like imagine if Chappelle's Show went on for 6 seasons, but he was half-heartedly doing Chappelle's Show for 6 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have died. You would have never wanted to see that. And he wouldn't have been who he is neither. You know what I'm saying? Because then it would have been like, oh, he took the check, and you know what I'm saying? And like you could tell like the show ain't what it was. Even in the 3rd season, you could see like this ain't, you know, as good as them first 2. You know what I mean? Like they tried to keep it vibing, but like that to me, that shows you like shit that might not make sense, like you said, like on paper, it does make sense in the long run. You know what I mean? Because like you said, the average person's gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna give up no big ass check, you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, well, like you said, that check would have wound up being his destruction. He would have got that money and would have never been Dave Chappelle as we know it. So
yeah, it's like
interesting, man.
It's like the monkey paw story where it's like you get what you're trying to get, but it's like it's the worst cost. You know, it's not worth it.
Yeah, man. Well, nothing's gained without none loss. I know we ain't really touched none of the topics or
we didn't 50. Even intro the show. So, hey, buddy. Sorry about that open discussion we were having, but welcome to episode 50. Episode 50, Aaron. Can you believe that?
We still here. We're still here for now.
We're still standing. We're still strong, Aaron.
Speaking of Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, but we're welcome everybody. Aside from talking about how fucking dope, what's that show called, Aaron?
Snowfall.
So check out Snowfall. Dave Chappelle's the king of everything. We love him. Aaron, I got a couple of hot topics for you. We were talking about human trash on reality shows, so this kind of leads into that. So first of all, you're familiar with the Tickle Me Elmo toy, correct?
Yeah, and the guy got like caught up in some child pedophile shit. The guy that was the voice,
you actually heard about this. You heard about
this. Yeah, that was a big story back in the day. I remember that.
Well, I'm just going to refresh everybody. This is a story that this is actually a story from yesterday. So, a guy in Michigan who was like a home inspector was caught on a home video camera doing some pretty lascivious things to a Tickle Me Elmo doll. By the family. So essentially, this guy went in to do an inspection for the city, got into the kids' room, and this is all captured on video. Apparently, I'm not watching it. I wish I was, just to see this guy's fucking dumbass face. But this crazy dude went into a room, a kid's room, found a Tickle Me Elmo doll, and I'm trying to get the quote up.
I'm trying to get the quote up. Man, what did he do?
This guy's name is Kevin Wayne Van Leuven. So he sounds like a pedo. Van Leuven was allegedly surveilled going into the home's nursery where he started touching himself. As the situation progressed, police say Van Leuven picked up the stuffed Elmo doll and, quote, appeared to be pleasuring himself with the doll.
So I think this isn't no coincidence at all, because his name is Van Leuven, you said?
I mean, bro, hold on. Let me just share the screen real quick so you can get a look at this guy.
Well, the reason why I'm saying
look at that dome. Look at those vacant eyes.
Oh yeah, that's obviously a pedophile. But no, what I was gonna say is that you remember Jeffrey Toobin?
Oh yeah,
that was all connected. Jeffrey Toobin was on a Zoom call touching himself. Mm-hmm. Is it any coincidence that Van Leuven then goes into the house and does this with a Tickle Me Elmo doll? I think that's really Jeffrey Toobin right there. He just tried to trick everybody. And he was like,
side by side,
my name is Van Leuven. What do you guys mean? I didn't touch myself. But apparently Toobin is up to his old tricks again.
Oh, fucking dude. This is Toobin. He got that. He has like that Mission Impossible mask machine, dude.
Yeah, man. He just got a fucking... Yeah, he just pulled that mask off and shit, man.
Come on. We got you, Jet fucking Toobin. You
can't trick me.
The camera now, motherfucker.
You can't trick me, man. But no, like in all seriousness, though, like,
what the fuck? I like that. You just said all that crazy shit and then go, no, dude, in all seriousness, there's no all seriousness after that.
Well, I know, right? But no, like, I'm saying that I don't really think that that's Jeffrey Toobin right there.
Really? Thanks.
But like when it comes to Van Leuven's case, I kind of feel like you wanted to get caught, because why are you jacking off in the place that's you know what I'm saying?
Dude.
I mean, well, that's what a pedophile does, dog. Like that was like some, like, he wanted to walk on the edge, on the razor's edge type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like pissing on the edge of a cliff or some shit.
I don't even mean to laugh.
That's what he was doing. Like he's like, I'm in the kid's room. Like it's the next best thing in his mind. You know what I mean? I feel like, so he's like doing that because he probably jizzed on the doll. You know what I'm saying? And probably was gonna leave it there. Some sicko shit. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, to me, I just feel like that dude wanted to get caught. He's a sick dude. Like maybe he thought that doing that would somehow let him get closer to the kid. I don't know what his ultimate plan was. I don't think he even had a plan. But like I said, like the same thing with these people that do these mass shootings. It's like, you realize at some point you're either going to go to jail or get killed, right? Like, I don't understand like committing a crime without understanding that you need to try to get away with the crime. Like, so in me, like, I don't have any sympathy or understanding of this, because like maybe I'm just a criminal. Like, I want to commit a crime and escape. Like, is that such a vague thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's a wrong mindset to have, but maybe he thought he was gonna get away with it. I don't know, but like, you're beating off in somebody else's house. Like, it don't matter what room you're in. You could have been in, you know what I'm saying? You could have been in the bathroom. You beating off in somebody else's bathroom.
Go in the bathroom, bro.
Even if he was in the bathroom, he would have, like, maybe there's not a camera in there. You hope that the people aren't sick and don't got a camera in the bathroom. But he wanted to get caught. That's all that says to me. Yeah, that's all that says to me, dude. Is like, that guy just wanted to get caught. Like, You're beating off at somebody else's house in their kid's room. You're gonna get caught. Like,
I mean, I gotta believe that what you're saying is accurate because to me, I mean, this guy's a home inspector. I mean, if you're a home inspector, you know that you're aware of the fact that in this day and age, people have home cameras. So just knowing that, being some weird dude who's obviously done this before, if you got the fucking nuts to just straight up whip it out and start beating off, and like you said, in any room.
Exactly.
In the basement, like you're on the job. It's not like you're in your office. You're out in some other person's home. Like you don't know what the deal is. And on top of it, this guy, you're in a fucking nursery. So already it's like if you're in there more than, I don't know, how long does it take to inspect? Maybe 5 minutes. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is homie doing in the fucking nursery?
To me, I think he was trying to pull some, like, you remember that movie Choke, where the guy was like a sex addict and he walked into like the bathroom in an airplane and it's just a lady in there ass naked, like, hey, what's up? Yeah. Just like waiting for some shit to pop off. Like I think he was trying to do the same shit. Like I'm gonna go in there and jack off and hopefully the kid come in by himself and then like I'll already, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, I didn't even think. Yeah, to me, I was just saying. Like he's just like into being in a kid's area, so it's almost like halfway there, you know.
I think he was trying to be on some of that shit.
On that, I'm just saying, like, if you're fucking Van Tubin or whatever the fuck this cumbag his name is, have some fucking awareness as a criminal fuck. And don't just straight up jack off. Like smell the doll, like say an incantation, do whatever you got to do, but don't be out here like this because it's like you said. I mean, all this is
you're gonna get caught.
All you're gonna do is either like you're going to get caught, just in like you're gonna lose your job, or like worst case, a dad's gonna roll in there and then rip your throat out if he's got any balls on him, and because you're in there like jerking off in their kid's space. So,
bro, that's what I'm saying, man.
Dude, that's all I gotta say. Big old to fucking Kevin Van Loren, the fucking Pied Piper of Michigan. Apparently, this guy's cracking off, and goddamn Elmo, you couldn't get a rag, dude. You had to brick off into the fucking.
Bruh, that was part of it, bro. That's what I'm saying. That nigga is sick, dog. Like all that shit was part of that bullshit, bro. Like that's what that was about, man. Like people don't understand, like this pedophilia shit is really getting out of control now to a whole nother level where, like, bro, I'd be terrified if I had a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't leave my kid with nobody, dog. Cause like apparently this shit is just like everywhere. And it's like this guy, like say he's working for the city, coming up in strangers' houses. Like, so I don't feel like that's the first time he's done something like that.
Can be, dude.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
If he was doing this in a child's nursery, like that's next level fucked upness. Like if you go into a bathroom and you gotta fucking take care of yourself.
No,
that's already pretty fucked up. But at least you're in the confines of a place where it's like no one's probably, you can lock the door, nobody's gonna walk in. Like it's fucked up as fuck. But being in a nursery, and on top of that, I don't know, like if he was like fucking the doll or just like using it like as like an extension of his hand and just like jerking it. I don't know what the technique was, but again, go fuck yourself, Cat.
No, Matt, I'm telling you, like that was on some fucked up bullshit where he probably has done that in multiple homes and jizzed over kids' toys and they don't know what it is type shit. And that's how he gets off on the shit later. You know what I'm saying? Like being like, yeah. Like they found that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's fucked up shit, bro. I hope that motherfucker go to jail for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? But
you want to know what's fucked out there? And I'm seeing what the charges were here, and this is even more concerning. Here's what I'm seeing. Van Leuven was arraigned Wednesday on charges of aggravated indecent exposure and malicious destruction of property under $200. The former charge carries a maximum sentence of 2 years in prison, the latter to a 3-month sentence. So at most he's doing 2 years, which, you know, this motherfucker ain't doing 2 years.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Also, you should get, like, I know there wasn't even a kid involved. It's just like the idea of it and like obviously what's in his head, and we're assuming.
Right.
You should just throw this motherfucker in jail, because I'd be like, I get what you did isn't like in the technical sense the most like criminal of crimes, but we see what your motives are, dude. So you're gonna go away. Like, fuck you.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, ultimately, you have to look at like that's where you got to get into like some Minority Report fucking pre-crime shit and be like, well, what would have happened if there was a kid there? You know what I'm saying? Because like to me, like I think that you need to do that in those instances, but then you're taking leeways with the laws and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I understand not just getting him on what you can get him for. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I mean, it's touchy, man, because you can't get like you said. They know he didn't really like assault anybody, so like they can't burn him and be like, oh yeah, 8 years under the jail, but he deserved to be in the jail for the rest of his life. Like, because like I said, like how many families has he done that to? How many kids' toys has he done that to? You know what I'm saying? And they just don't know.
That's like a situation where it's like, okay, we got some guys in jail right now, right? Maybe they want to get a reduced sentence. So you have some sort of like forgiveness plan for dudes in jail that maybe are just like
Suicide Squad.
Maybe they are a little violent, but they're not like a child molester. So like when this happens, you do a little like, it's not really what is it called? Like vigilante justice, but you're just like manipulating the jail system. So it's like you get that guy in jail and then you're like, look, hey, Jonathan, guy who beat up 10 guys in a bar fight, you know, put some hands on this guy, make sure he's fucking gets a little, you know, fucked up. And then we're just going to pin a bunch of crimes on this guy in jail. So it's like one of those situations where he goes in, but then he stays in because they keep putting like fucked up, you know.
Well, you
like,
know what they should do is just
maybe a shanking occurs and we put it on this guy and, you know, you just keep him in the system.
Well, I think that they should just like how they have like unwritten jailhouse rules where it's like you have to stay with your race. Like it just needs to be that one of those rules is that even in the guards' eyes, they know this rule where it's like as long as you don't shank and murder a child molester, everything else is cool. So like you can beat his ass to a pulp, you can rape him, whatever, but just like you can't stab him up and kill him. You know what I'm saying? So like that's where the line is drawn. So other than that, the guards will just turn a blind eye, and then like the day that they come to jail, like they just get brought in and they're just like, hey y'all, this guy right here, Van Leuven, he got caught in the kids' room, touching on the toys and stuff. He's gonna be here for 2 years. I want you guys to make sure his stay is really comfortable. And then they just hand him off to the inmates, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, whatever happens.
Just be like, you know, everybody has like a jumpsuit in jail or whatever. You make him wear pink underwear and that's it. And that's all the uniform he gets. And it's like, hey, everybody, you see a little sweet tart walking around? You know what to do. And then it's just like, you know, like you said, anything goes. And I think I don't know what the vibe is in jail, but I think it would just be visually funny if you were just like, just like completely humiliate the guy. And in this case, it's like, this guy hopefully goes to jail way longer. I doubt it, because on top of what you're saying, you've brought this up in the past, and I agree. There seems to be, I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but there's some kind of like fucked up thing in law where child molesters, even when caught, don't really seem to get a just punishment to the crime.
Well, you know, it's fucked up.
To like drug offenders and shit, where they're going to jail for like 30 years, and a guy who's fucking a kid in a room, you know, he gets like 5 years and does 2, and it is what it is.
Think about this though, like we didn't talk about this too much, but it's kind of becoming, it's like national news with the Deshaun Watson thing with like the masseuses and stuff, right? And in any case where there's a sexual assault or some indecency type thing going on, there's already a complicated issue in the court system. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's a man and a woman, regardless of age, race, whatever, it's always complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just him as one example, you know what I mean? But like, you can go down the list of like, you know, mad dudes that are falling they're in this same kind of path. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because like, even in those cases, for whatever reason, our system is set up in those instances to want to side with the defendant there. And I don't really understand why. Because like, even if one is true, like with Bill Cosby or like with Sean Watson, like I said, or like, you know, Jeffrey Epstein, Harry Weinstein, all those, you know what I'm saying? Like if even one is true, what they did is terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like they raped somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like that's awful. So like, why not make the law so that that person can at least get their story heard in a way where they're not like getting their character questioned? You know what I mean? Because like that's what all these cases inevitably come down to. And I think that's why these pedophiles get off is because just the way the court system is even set up, it's your word versus the word of the kid. And somehow, even though you're a pedophile, because you're an adult with a job and all that, your word somehow is going to reign more over what they assume to be the word of a child, which also can be manipulated.
Yeah, but this motherfucker has a video
of
his ass jerking off with a fucking Tickle Me Elmo. So it's like, bro, we see you. We know you can't talk your way out of this. What is your explanation for this?
Matt, Jeffrey Epstein had a
bunch of fleas on your dick, and that was the only thing you could wipe him off with. Like, what the?
I mean, I feel like, to me, like I said, that guy wanted to go to jail. In my opinion, like I feel like he wanted to get caught because, like, what the fuck else would you think is going to happen in the long run of what you're doing? But like I was saying, I'm just saying, like, and this is like Epstein, right? Like what you're saying, yeah, like all makes perfect sense. But like, look, like it, like you said, you got evidence of the video. Epstein literally had the evidence of like 30-something little women, you know, little girls being like, yo, this dude did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like being like, yo, fam, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, and ain't nobody trying to hear me. You know what I mean? So like that to me is conspiratorial to a degree. You know what I mean? Or like, or even just like a systematic problem of the justice system that needs to be addressed. Because like I said, like in every sexual case, like it's already bad. But then like you're saying on the flip side of that, then when that instance is a child, then it's getting played out in the worst instance ever. Because really the person that's the accuser, you know what I'm saying? Like that got hurt, can't even really voice their opinion because they like, I think in the eyes of the law, like a child can't even take the stand. If I'm not mistaken, like you can't take the stand as a minor without an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that. I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
I think you can. Like, I think they. I mean, there's gotta be. You gotta.
Like you have to go through juvenile court system. You see what I'm saying? But like when it's an underage child against an adult, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where that shit gets so much more convoluted. That's what I'm saying. Like I think just even in the way that the laws are set up, like it's already set up so that those play in favor of the plaintiff in that. I mean, of the defendant. You know what I'm saying? Where like, no matter what the accusation, like I said, in every sexual case in the history of America, bro, like somebody say they got raped, like they instantly go to that person that they're saying is the raper, and then they try to find every reason to say that he didn't do it before they be like, okay, yeah, this happened. You know what I'm saying? But then look at another crime though, like let it be like you said, like a drug user or something, and it's like you going back to jail. They find every reason to be like, yeah, this your dope, this your money. You know what I'm saying? Put it on your head and then go eat them years. You know what I mean? So like, they even like the fact that that's even a thing, like they had the 3 strikes laws for drug offenders, non-violent drug offenders, but they don't have the 3 strike laws for pedophiles, bro.
Yeah, it's like to me, that's a 1 strike offense. If you get convicted, you molested a kid, you should go to jail forever, or not. Just like fucking kill the dude. I don't give
any sexual crime though. You know what I'm saying? Because like to me, that's like if you rob a bank, but then if you rob a bank with a gun, then it's added on. It's even a bigger thing. You know what I'm saying? Or like if you rob a bank and then you tell somebody like, y'all go over there, get in the closet, like that's now kidnapping plus robbing the bank plus with a gun, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things get tacked on. That should be how these sexual assault things go, where it's like, oh, you didn't just force yourself on someone, you forced yourself on a child, boom. So that's automatically another 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's what needs to happen with that guy. Like, oh, you jacked off in somebody's house, oh, but you jacked off in the kid's room, boom, 5 more years on that. Because you were trying to do some freaky fuck shit.
If I was the judge, I'd be like, well, clearly this is premeditated because you had an appointment to come to this house. So we're gonna add that on. That's conspiracy to commit, like, you know, do what you just
all
said.
That.
It's like,
yeah,
oh,
all
that actually
that,
adds up
like,
to 55, you know, thousand.
Yeah. You need to be going up against 80 counts of that shit. Because to me, that's a very easy thing to avoid. Don't pull your dick out in somebody's house and beat off. How hard is that? That's all that guy had to not do, and he wouldn't be in jail right now. So that's why I don't have no mercy for the dude. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like that was some dude trying to be on some fucked up shit, dog.
Fuck you, Van Morven. First and foremost, you fucking fuck. And I could just, Aaron was getting hot. I could see the conspiracy.
I'm just tired of this shit, bro. I'm tired of this shit, bro. Cause like, to me, that's why I brought up that Jeffrey Tubin shit. Cause I just wanted to show you that everything is going full circle. Like, it's some deviant shit going on out here, bro. For whatever reason or purpose, I don't want to necessarily say. I think it's,
you don't have to tell me that, my friend. Like, first of all, everything you're saying is accurate and it's crazy. And also, there's just freak people out there, dude. They're just straight up
that too.
Crazy fucking people. Dude, we got, your mom's house has like live events that they do that are like live streams and they show fucking insane videos. There was one last Friday, dude, that I mean, I still like. It was just.
Well, you need to stop watching that shit.
I mean, do you remember? Have you ever heard of the Pain Olympics?
Nah.
I mean, dude, it was literally.
But I can get the idea.
We don't have to talk about it a lot, but it's basically the video was a guy's nutsack getting nailed to a board.
Well, this is what I wanted to say though, right? Like, we're saying there's some deviant, fucked up shit going on out there. What I think is happening is, I don't. Everybody always blames social media, internet, whatever. But I think like we should have to realize, like, let's just take for example, when you go to like the like a porn site, they be having comments on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like, there are people that literally interact in those things. Like, I don't know who has time to like one-handedly type a comment on a porno while they trying to look at some ass. You know what I'm saying? But like, people be doing that shit apparently, and they be like sharing opinions. And just like on Facebook, how ideas and shit got passed along, like just in those things, for example, too, that same thing happens where it's like, well, I'm in the, you know, that freaky shit where the women get tied up, and it's like, oh yeah, me too. And like, then they find a chick that's into that, and it's like, you know, they be linking up outside of that, you know what I mean? And like, then eventually enough of them people link up, so like they got their own little network. So then like the same thing happened with like somebody who like getting they, you know, they toes licked, you know what I'm saying? Or they, you know, they butt licked. So then they got a community. But like, what's going on? Like, this is just a funny example, but like what I'm saying though is like the conversation is going on, you know what I'm saying? Like amongst these people. So they making a network. So like, then you got to look at like the same thing with these like deviants and all that. And there's so many of that shit's going on now that that's becoming the norm, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they linking up thinking that it's cool because they got like, when you was just a one foot licker in the whole town and every chick foot you lick was like, oh, you a freak, I don't fuck with you, and like don't talk to you no more. Like you feel alienated, you know what I'm saying? So like you can't be you. But now you got 30,000 other foot lickers with you. So like now all y'all a team, you know what I'm saying? So you think it's okay. So then you start expanding that reach, you know what I mean? Like, so now they got the Foot Licker Society, they got fucking conventions, you know what I'm saying? They going to fucking Lake Tahoe having a ski resort and shit. Like this all happens because we know about the furries where they be dressing up like, you know, them little costume characters that be humping each other and shit, right? So like all this is a real thing, you feel me? So like the same thing is going on with all this deviance where like it's finding a place where it's accepted. That's kind of what they were talking about with that QAnon shit in 8chan, bro. Like them people, like there was right supremacists and right wing and shit, found other people that was all down with that and like think that because they stay in them circles that all that shit is cool and it's the norm. So the crazy is becoming the norm. Like that's what's going on. Because usually what happened is like we, you know, evolve. You meet your own crazy ideas in your head. You say to somebody who's your homie, he might be down, he might not, but eventually somebody gonna come across you and be like, man, that shit's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like you talking about, I ain't never heard that. That's wild. And then make you doubt yourself. You'd be like, yeah, well, maybe I'm not right. You go back and rethink about it. But if you just keep getting reiterated the same thing, like, you know, same whatever bullshit idea you had over and over again, and people keep agreeing with it, you think that like you said, the outside the box starts becoming the norm, bro. Like that's what's going on, man. Like that's what Trump was all about, all that shit, bro. Like the far out there shit is starting to become reality, like the regular shit. And when that's the regular shit, what's the normal shit that used to be normal is now the crazy shit. So like just being like a regular person that's just chill and ain't trying to hustle nobody and, you know, just be a good dude. Like that's becoming the weirdo shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm cool with that. I'm cool being weird. I'm going to just be like, you know, like to us, like Willie Nelson's sort of this eclectic guy who's just sort of living life to the beat of his drum. And it's not even really because of the pot, but I just feel like the vibe Willie Nelson has as a human being, that's just how I want to be. I just want to be some old dude that's just like...
Man, I remember when a dime bag cost a dime. You know what I mean? You know how much condoms used to cost back in them days?
How much?
I don't know. We never used them.
Fuck it, bro. Like, I hope I'm like that. I hope I'm that chill. And if that's weird, which it is now, I'm cool with it.
Well, what's scary about it is that that idea is dope, and I'm so down with that too. That's kind of how I am, and why I feel like we're kind of good at seeing a lot of what's going on and being able to make observational statements about it is because like we are kind of just, you know, the more chill, like, hey man, that's cool if you want to do it. Like I'm not going to get in an uproar, but you have to realize that there are people that are linked up in those little subcultures that when they see somebody doing something else, they lose their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I don't like. I don't even understand that concept of like, because somebody's doing something that you don't want them to do, you have to lose your shit about it. Cause it's like, man, there's people that do shit I don't want them to do every fucking day. You know what I mean? Like, I would never want to see somebody, you know, wreck their car, but it happens every fucking day. Somebody wreck their car, you know what I'm saying? And like, I feel bad for them and everybody involved. And like, I would never want to see that shit happen, but people wreck their cars, you know what I'm saying? Like, some on purpose, some by mistake or whatever, but this shit happens, right? So like, you have two choices then, to be like, all these motherfuckers is wrecking their cars, I'm gonna lose my shit. Or you'd be like, well, damn, man, sometimes people just wreck their cars and shit happens, but you gotta just go with the flow. You know what I mean? But people just legitimately be like, oh, they want guns, I don't want guns, or I want my gun, let's, whatever it is, just lose their shit because somebody likes something different than them, bro. Like, that's what's happening right now.
I really don't get that, because that was like, I don't know, just the fun of I just remember like when I went to college and was living in the dorms, I came from a real fucking just generic suburb that was just filled with the same type of people. Me and Steve on the 90s podcast talk about this shit all the time, that it was just like very white bread. It was just like generic. And then when I went to college, I just met all these like different people. And my whole thing has always been, I'm like a very nice dude. And unless you've done something shitty, if I don't really give a fuck, like, oh, are you a Republican, Democrat, any of that shit, if we can have fun and like talk about, if I can like talk to you about something, then cool. But I don't really like being offended when somebody doesn't like a movie, whatever it is. Like, it's almost down to that. It's like, you don't like Avengers? What the fuck, dude? Fuck you.
Well,
it's
I
like,
think what it is like, they think it's an attack on them. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not. You know what I mean? I don't even know how that got weaponized. Where like, because we aren't 100% in line with each other, I'm somehow now your adversary. But that's where this comes to now, dude.
You and I are best friends. You like, even we'll take it to TV shows. You will watch some trash TV, but then you can say the same thing about me.
Man, you always trying to hate on because I watched somebody build a fish tank.
I was
about
to
what I'm saying, like,
fish tanks, son. It's disgusting.
That shit. I find building things fascinating. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I agree.
Regardless of what it is.
Like, maybe watch.
You never watched This Old House?
Yes, I was about to say. Watch some Bob Vila, even the new guy,
bro. Man, you better get your stuff together, man. Bob Vila being built you a fish tank out of an old shoe rack and a hammock, man. Shoot.
Dude, is Bob Vila still alive, man? Is he?
I don't know if he's still alive. I know he doesn't fuck with the show no more, but I remember one time, bro, I saw an episode of Bob Vila where he was trying to take a fallen down tree that was in the yard and he built like a beam with that joint to build like the foundation of the home and shit. I was like, bro, this dude cold right here with that joint. Like, that was nice.
Still alive, killing it. He's 75 years old. This dude's living in Miami, dude. Him and Eddie are chilling.
Yeah, man. Why wouldn't you be? Man, Eddie is not in Miami, bro. Eddie is probably in Spain somewhere, bro. What are you talking about? Eddie is in Costa Rica, probably, man.
Dude, he's probably not. He's in America, but he's like skiing right now. He's doing some like where it's like, how the fuck is that even possible? But it's happening. He's at 89,000.
That'd be a great character to just space, have on a show. Yeah, man. Just have Eddie 9000 be on a show where it's just like randomly throughout the show, they'd be like, man, I wonder what Eddie doing. And he'd just be on the moon, like you said, just fucking getting high with an alien and shit. And next time
check it out,
man. Bro. It's like, man, last time y'all saw me, man, I fucking fell into another dimension, man.
Dude, I bought this $1,000 bong, and then all of a sudden I was on the moon smoking it, man. But then I broke it. It's a bummer.
It's like just crashed back to Earth and shit, man. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, and then it just really actually happened to him, though, man. That's what you don't understand. Like, he be living, dog. He be doing shit you only dreamed of.
To the extreme that I remembered. I totally forgot about this dude. Remember Anand? That suave.
Oh yeah, bro.
I bet you and
Oh,
Anon
man.
is living that straight. Anon Meta, I believe your name is. If you're out there,
I used to.
you are. I bet you're living fucking baller right now.
Oh man, I used to have him on Facebook. Like, I don't think I'm cool enough to be his friend no more. Now he probably dropped me, but
He ain't even
when he used to be
he's
my
on
Facebook
like that, right?
friend,
He's on that new shit,
Yeah.
that Clubhouse shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. But bro, when I used to see his shit, he post a picture. It'd be him like sitting in like some ancient doorway in Persia with like his fucking shirt wide open. And
dude, with the
fucking,
gold.
you know what I'm saying? Just looking bulked out, like just looking like, oh yeah, fuck it, man. You know what it is? I'm just chilling, man. You know,
Like,
just
dude.
out here in fucking
On this
out in
jet.
Turkey, man. It's just Istanbul,
Like,
but I'll be
baby.
in Dubai. I'll be in Dubai next week, and then after that, I'm gonna go to the Philippines and just
Dude, I'm
kick it, man.
telling you, Anon, if you're out there, dude, hook it up. Get us.
Oh man, but no, man, I love that. That just like we had a cast of characters. And that brings me to like in film school. That brings me to what I wanted to talk to you about was have you been watching Hell's Kitchen?
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So like this could be the last thing we talk about, but I just thought that it was funny that I would notice today. I was like, I feel like this cast of Hell's Kitchen is like my favorite cast, man. I like all these people because they all silly as shit to me, man. Like if you remember this season, this shit was funny as hell, dog. Like they had old boy that was like, man, I just quit, man.
Yeah, dude, that's what we were talking about that last week. Do you have what it takes? No, chef.
He's like, nah.
What? I don't have what it takes. I'm out of here, and he just leaves.
Hey, man, I could not. I thought that shit was legendary, bro. Because that dude, I know in his head it was just like, man, I ain't got time. These motherfuckers got me sweeping this kitchen out there 25 seconds and shit, man. Keep getting yelped at his shit. Like I was like, I can feel you, bro. That shit looks like it wasn't fun. So I understand, but if you could be the head chef of fucking Gordon Ramsay restaurant, though, man, you better make that money.
Mary Lou is about to win this shit, dog.
Oh yeah, man, my little baby, man. You don't even understand, dog. I'd be in love with that chick, dog. If I ever saw Mary Lou in real life, man, I'm a fan.
You're fucked.
Man, she like that white dude just because she ain't met me. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is, bro.
All right.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
All right.
Bro. All this savoir faire. Hey, man, don't even let me get a chance, dog, because I'd be all over that. I'm trying to tell you, I would be like, hey, Mary, and she can cook too? Psh, bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'd be in love, man. Like, this is all a woman would have to do.
Even they have to put titties and ass in the show sometimes, because they had the last episode, they were like, oh, just have that little moment with Mary Lou, and they just have to have that extra 5 seconds of her getting in the hot tub, which I respect. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's there. She did it, you know what I'm saying? It's like they just trying to document the story. You know what I'm saying?
Surfing on that fake wave thing that one time.
Man, man, it happened. You think Fox somehow made the titty pop out, Matt? Is that how deep the conspiracy goes?
No, there was some producer behind the camera when they shot that, and she was like, hey, Mary Lou, you know, if a titty just happens to pop out that we can blur out, I got an extra $300 for you right now, cash. I feel like that's what they do in reality shows, where it's literally like they're not going to tell you this, but it's almost like in the NFL where they used to do that, like they
incentives,
shit. Like like there's just some producer
Bounty Gate
getting paid, but he has like cold hard cash, and he's like, look. Maybe you go up, maybe you say something racist over there to the black chick. I'm just saying. And if you do, and we get the footage, I got $600 here. I mean, you can have this right now.
Bruh.
Like I guarantee.
Oh man. If it probably is just like that, but if it's as dirty as where they're offering the cash fresh to you, right? I'd be like, man, hand it to me. I'm like, man, give me that money right quick. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. It's so quick, dude. I'd be the most rawest person on reality TV because of that shit.
But honestly, the thing you get like you can't do that though, because it guaranteed if that's how it is, and I know that you have to sign mad documents to be on those shows. Guaranteed, there's language that if you talk about that, it's like a non-disclosure.
Oh, I wouldn't tell.
I mean,
I wouldn't tell.
Dude.
I wouldn't give a fuck. I would just be raking in the money because I would be gouging their ass. Like they'd be like, yeah, it's 600. I'd be like, nah, man, you got me like 3,000. They'd be like, what?
I'd be like, you got more
like
money in your pocket. I'll say whatever you want, but I know there's more in there.
Right.
We got 10 more hours to shoot. You telling me I'm the only one getting this?
Right. Exactly. I'd be running a checkup on their ass, bro. Because that's what I'm saying, man. Like my dream is always to just hit a lick like that, bro. Like be on like Deal or No Deal, and they just off out the gate Deal or No Deal is like 150. Because like, what if you just hit all the right numbers and it's just like the banker want to give you 150,000 right now? Deal, motherfucker. Peace. Like shit. I mean, you only gonna go home with like 70
realistically,
G's.
That's 75.
Yeah, 70 G's
in your pocket.
But
that's
I'm taking that dog for saying yes. Yeah, I'll take 75 G's for saying yes. Yeah, all day.
Whenever I would go before I went on the show, I would consolidate all my debt and I would find out what the minimum I could pay them to get it to all go away. And if I got to that number on the show, immediately I'd be like, I know I could potentially get more, but this buys my freedom from debt. So
oh bro, I'm trying to tell you, man. I would be loving on that
because that's like when you go to Vegas. There's no framing it. It's like you got to walk away when you're winning, but that's so hard to do. You just have to be like, this number is. I know I want $1 million, but no. If I get this, I gotta walk because I can buy peace of mind.
Oh man, dude, I don't even know, man.
Choice, dude, because I'd be up there like. The shit's going good. I could just roll another one and get another like double this, but that's it, dude. Yeah. That's how they get you.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure those shows are fixed too, though. I think Deal or No Deal, they tell you got to hit a certain amount before they'll let you slide out of there, bro. Cause like me, I'm telling you, I'll do them motherfuckers 30 for like 50K and just be like, man, look, bro, I'm richer than I was. And then just be going home.
The weed and then bank the rest. So I'm good.
Exactly, man. Exactly. They'll be looking at me like, damn, bro, you could have won all this money. I'll be like, man, I could have lost all that money too, bro. That's what y'all don't understand. It's like you ain't thinking the right way, man. So I don't know, man. I would be their worst nightmare because literally, I mean, they probably like it if you take a little bit of money, but they'd be the shortest Deal or No Deal ever. Like, man, we only got fucking 3 minutes of content from this dude. It's like the whole rest of it is just him justifying why he took the deal. It's 45 minutes of him being like, hey, man, look, man, I needed that money, dog.
Shitty. Like, look, man, stop judging me. I'm exactly. I want my money, right? Where's the check at? Hey, everybody, I could definitely get further in this, but I'm walking because this is a fiscally good decision, okay?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, bro. It's like, y'all don't live my life. You don't know my pains, okay? Yeah. You don't understand.
You know what it's like to get a call from Sally Mae every 5 minutes for 2.5 years? You know what that's like?
Oh, man. Shit, man, I'm about to be off them. They ass about to be out of my face, man. Shit, I got to worry about hospitals and shit calling me now.
Did that
man. Oh, come to find. Oh, yeah. Well, let's end the podcast. We can talk about it. But
anyway, so I guess the morals of today's story are: one, just hey, child molesters, fuck the fuck off. First off, just get out of here. Secondly, reality TV is some trash, and third, if Aaron's ever on reality TV, I mean, he's going to go down in history. Everyone thought Puck was an asshole. Aaron's going to be fucking the most insane motherfucker of all time. So
my morals are for sale on reality television show. If anybody's casting out there, just let it be known. Name your price. I will consider all offers. That's all I'm saying. I'm a free agent.
To TLC and all the scumbags that work over there, if you need more scumbags to work as a producer for some new reality show, me and Aaron are available and very capable of shooting this trash. So please hit us.